Alright, it's finally time. Today we're going to be turning this animatronic Freddy plush into something that looks less like a plush and more like an animatronic, because I think we can all agree that this does not really look like Freddy as we know and love from the games. So I've got a bunch of stuff here and I decided to make it into a DIY because I think a lot of people agree that we can make him look better. First, let's go over the things that you're going to need for this. First and foremost, obviously, hot glue gun, very useful. Second of all, some nice sewing scissors. Third of all, I grabbed a pliers, so some of these things might be a little bit dangerous, so do get your parents' help or permission before you do it. Next up, you're going to need a bunch of gardening wire, because we're going to make his arms bendable and stuff. Yeah, this is the brand I get. I have 2 packs here. I may have to go grab another one because I'm planning to put a lot inside his arms to make him actually posable. Lastly, or I guess not lastly, but close to last, just some glue gun sticks, I guess ammo for your glue gun. It'd be useful. And then you're going to need some Sharpies. I grabbed these. These might not be used, but I did grab them just in case. And then let's move into the fabric you'll need. There's a few colors. I would get gray, first of all. It can be light, it can be dark. I plan to use the dark gray because I do have more of it, but if I run out, I might have to start using the light gray. Then you're going to need some white, and you're going to need some black. And then we may need some more colors depending on how this goes. Because this is experimental, because obviously I haven't done this yet. I haven't edited this guy or done any of that stuff yet. Obviously, this is my first time doing it, so I'm going to be experimenting on things we can do and finding out if this will actually work or not, because this might be a total disaster and I might not even upload this at all. But if you're seeing this, that means it worked, or I'm just happy with it. Maybe it didn't work in your eyes. Whatever. Let's get to it! Alright, so let's go ahead and cut Freddy out of his prison so that we can actually start experimenting on him. There's some little things holding his feet down. I haven't touched this at all. I got this about a week ago, and it's been sitting in my room waiting to be edited. So there we go. We don't need this anymore. So yeah, I've got our animatronic Freddy here. Just the same as the other one I own. His mouth is hanging open. And he bends forward just as much as the other one does. Let's see if his jump scare works. I'm sure it does. Well, no way it wouldn't. Alright, we're gonna make that ugly face look better. First thing I want to try doing, this is a pretty easy part, is editing the mouth. So if we look inside the mouth, he's got completely black on the inside of the mouth. And he's got no endoskeleton teeth, but he has a tongue. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but there is a tongue on the bottom there. And I had the idea in my mind. I'm like, what would happen if we cut the black out of there? There'd probably be a bunch of animatronic parts inside his mouth. I can feel the animatronics. So I think I'm going to cut this black part out so that we can see the animatronic inside. Maybe it'll look like an endoskeleton mouth. Maybe it'll look terrible, and we'll have to cover it up again. But who knows? Let's cut it open. So I cut about there, and then go around to the other side, and then cut directly across. Let's look. So on the inside, we can see some bits of animatronic in there. I'm going to go ahead and cut all the black out, and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright, it took me a bit, but I finally got the stuff out of his mouth, and now he's just got endoskeleton on the inside there. Personally, gives him a lot more depth, looks a lot more like an animatronic. Now, one thing that did happen when I did this is that some of the side of the mouth kind of came apart. So, really, you could just glue that back in easily. Alright, I think I fixed Freddy's mouth now. So you can just barely see the endoskeleton back there. My camera doesn't pick up the lighting very well, but I can see it very easily from where I am. So next thing I want to do to make him look more accurate is take out the top row of teeth. As we all know, Freddy only has teeth on his bottom jaw. He does not have them on the top. So I'm literally just going to try plying these out. Hopefully this will work. Let's see. And it kind of destroys the tooth. Now Freddy has a chipped tooth, so I think I'm going to have to pull them apart in bits until they're no more. So let's just, I guess we'll do a montage of this, or I'm just going to cut it out because it's kind of hard for me to do this at this angle. Alright, we have pulled out a bunch of Freddy's teeth here, and now his mouth looks much better, in my opinion. Looks much more like Freddy from FNAF 1, as he does not have teeth in the top jaw. Now, if you look up far enough, you can kind of see the broken stubs, but for the most part, you will not be able to see it. So, once again, let's test to see that he still works. Already looking better. Next thing I want to work on is the eyes. The eyes are terrible. I don't know why his eyebrows are like that, but they are wrong. Okay, stop. His eyebrows are wrong, all right? They should be the other way around. So what I was going to do is pull the eyes off and just switch them. Hopefully that'll work. Maybe I'll completely mess this up, but I was just going to first see if I could pull them off. Seems like they're pretty tightly attached. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to do this. Let me get the pliers. I don't want to bend the eyebrows or the eyes or anything, so I'm just going to try sticking the pliers under, maybe, because there is a little gap between the eyes and where they attach, so let me try to get it underneath. I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so I was able to get my pliers underneath Freddy's eye. It is kind of breaking his eye, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get deep enough so that I don't just wear away the eye completely. Let me look. Maybe we should get rid of this part here first. Alright, I cannot get these eyes off. I've been sitting here for half an hour plying away, and I cannot get them off. So, I decided, since we can't get the eyes off, we might as well just break them off and make new ones. I feel like that's the only way to do this. These eyes don't look good anyway. So let's completely take them off. Freddy, you're looking a little bit blind. Are you alright, buddy? Alright, I'm just going to keep hacking away until we can finally just pull these things off once and for all. Oh my god, guys, I thought of an idea to get these off easily. I just realized, because I accidentally did it, that you can forcefully twist around his eyes. And I'm like, wait a minute. If I just twist the robotics, will it break and I can pull it off? Let's see. Let's just keep twisting his eye around until it cracks off. Oh, this is evil. Alright, let's just try. Let's see now. Last trick didn't work, guys. Twisting his eyes around just makes it weird. It doesn't actually make them come off. So, I'm going to the last result, and I'm going to burn through his eyes. So, I'm just going to sit here while the hot glue gun goes right through his eyes, and hopefully we'll detach them by breaking the part where they connect. I'm just going to keep pushing it down. We're making a big crater in his eye right now. Very horrible to look at. Alright. That's what he looks like. You can see right to the light in there. That's crazy looking. Check that out. I feel like a Tech Racks challenge or channel video thing. Alright, let's go into this eye. Because we need to burn right into the part where it attaches. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue just to make it hotter. Because the glue itself is scorching. So, let me know if you like this video. You probably don't. You're probably like, Froakie, you're ruining a $50 plushie. But it's going to look nice. It's going to look nice at the end, I swear. Don't leave. Please don't leave the video. I know I see you leaving. Don't leave. Alright. Push down on his face. Surprisingly, his mouth still opens and stuff. You can see his eye is still trying to move through getting burned. Almost there. A little more. I don't want to keep my arm there. I don't want to burn myself, because this is really, really hot. Alright. I think it's just about good on each. So now he's got some strange goggles, but now we can reach like this, and come on, come on, we're so close, we're so close. Oh, there we go. We got an eye off, finally. Oh my god, I've been sitting here for like an hour. All right, so here is his nice looking eye. We'll put that to the side. Let me do the same thing to this one. Come on, buddy. Sorry. All right, there we go. We got the black part out too. Let me get it out on this one. Ooh, it is attached to the fur. Let me do that. All right. Oh, Finally, got the eyes off. He's looking a little dead, but we will find a way to make this work. You can still see the part where the eyes connect on the inside there, and we can still see the light. I want to see, does his jump scare still work? Rip. Alright, so it still works, but we're gonna have to make him some new eyes because I don't think this is much of an eye anymore, so we're gonna have to make him some brand new ones. So let's get to that. Alright, right here, as you can see, I've got two eyes, at least pupils, from an actual Freddy plush, one that I didn't obliterate. So we're gonna be using those to make brand new eyes. So what you're gonna need to do is get some black. Let me grab my black so I can show you what to do with it. Hold on, let me get a nice piece. Alright, so let me sit down. Here's about the size piece you should have. Let's move these. Here's about the size piece you should have. So we're gonna be cutting out the outside of the eye, which is like the black part, which the eye is surrounded by, because his eyelids, or his eye holes, I guess, go in very deep. He's got very deep set eyes. So we're gonna be making some makeshift eye hole shadows, if that makes sense. The inside of the eye is black, so we're just gonna be cutting it out with black. So cut a shape about like that. Make sure it's folded over so that you can have two. Obviously, Freddy has two eyes. So let's now look at our Freddy plushie. If we put those over, those will probably be a little big. But what I'm going for is that we're gonna have those, and then we're gonna put eyes on the inside. Now let's make these a little smaller because Freddy doesn't need goggles, he needs eyes. So let's line those up. Wait, no. There we go. That rhymed. All right. Let's cut. I'm gonna cut a little bit off the bottom because then round it out. All right. Let's take a look at Freddy's face now. This is what you gotta do when you make things. You gotta test it out, make sure it works before you glue it on, because that would be bad if you glued it on and it looked terrible. So about that size. I think that looks really good. So I'm gonna glue this on and I'll be right back. All right, so now we've created the appearance that Freddy has empty eye sockets. Now we need to make the actual white of the eye. So let me grab my white fabric, cut out a good sized piece. Freddy always kind of has kind of a calm, almost bored expression in his eyes. It's not like a perfect circle. It's more like a circle that's been cut off at the top so that it looks like he's bored or something. So I have a little piece here. It is folded over twice so that we can have two of whatever we cut. I'm going to cut the bottom, and let's cut a little eye shape. I think about like that. Now let's make sure that our pupils, those look about good. Let's put it up to Freddy. About like that. I think those are pretty good. They could use a little bit of trimming. So let's line them up once again. And I'm gonna cut a little bit off the bottom, make it a little more round. And then I'm going to round off these corners, just so he doesn't look too bored. Just so he's kind of, I'd say, contempt, maybe. All right, now let's test it once again. Let's put them on his face to see. Already looking better. Let me glue those on. All right, now Freddy has his new eyes glued on. We just need to cut out pupils. So it may look strange right now, but no face looks good until you have all the features on it, which goes for really any plush. So let's just cut these out. Since the outside is white, since the outer rim is white of these eyes, you don't have to be too precise because the white is also in this part. So we're just gonna glue those on in there, and hopefully it will look good. So let me get to this one too. This is a very, very weird project. I've never done anything like this. At least not with like an animatronic thing, so. I didn't really know where I was going with this. I had ideas in mind, but as I went, some ideas didn't work, some have. Like the prying out the eyes did not work, but the hot glue gun going through the eyes did work. So let's glue these on now. Alright, so there are his eyes glued on. I think he's starting to look better, personally. Now he needs eyebrows, and these were the things I complained about the most on it, was that his eyebrows utterly just looked like trash. So we're going to make him some actually nice eyebrows. So you're going to want to have a double layered piece like this, this size, and then we're going to cut, just follow the shape I do. I can't really describe this because it's a weird shape. So Freddy has eyebrows that are bushy on one side, and then not as bushy on the other side. Kind of like that. Now, obviously, these are really big. I mean, eyebrows like that would just look stupid. So we're going to make these a little smaller. So let me just cut a little more. I'm going to cut right here as well. Maybe a little bit there. And then once more on the top. All right, so we've got 2 fairly good eyebrows. The one thing that bothered me was that they put the bushy side of the eyebrows the wrong way. So the bushy side was in the front when it should be in the back, kind of like that. Kind of like that. These I'm having a hard time here making a shape that I like. So we're just gonna keep cutting until we get these down to a good shape. Maybe like that. I think maybe a little bit off the front as well, and then cut that. Okay, that should look a little bit better. Wait, one more thing. Let me curve it just a tiny bit. I think that's the perfect shape. So we're gonna have 2 of those. Oh, all right, everyone, his eyebrows are on. This is what his head looks like so far. Honestly, I think it looks a lot like FNAF 1 Freddy. One thing I hate is that his cheeks are so weirdly proportioned, and his nose is pushed to the side on this plush. I'm not sure why. I didn't do that. It was like that when I got it. Trying to push it over, trying to make it more centered because it's just so strange. But anyway, we got another thing to do. Next thing I thought would be necessary is this. Get a brown marker, because his ears are wrong. The inside of the ears is supposed to be dark brown, not light tan color. So we're literally just gonna color these little heart-shaped bits in. Just color it in. Probably the easiest thing in this entire tutorial. I just don't like that they're the wrong color. It just looks bad in my opinion. So, there we go. If you want to, you can go around the little edge part. Gotta be careful though that you don't get it on the outside, otherwise it'll look smudgy and bad. See, I just got a little bit there. I'm gonna color like this. And then I'm gonna go around this way, color like this. Just so I don't absolutely wreck this thing. Alright, then we got one last little bit here. It should spread around, the ink should spread around in there. So, there we go. One ear is now the right color. Again, a few little smudges in there. Makes it look kind of bad. So just be careful that you don't smudge it like I did, because you will regret it. You won't regret it from me, but you'll regret it because it'll look bad. So let's be very careful with it. Might want to do it slower. Let's see. Alright. Should be looking good soon. Almost done. Because this doesn't take too long. Again, probably the easiest thing this entire video. Alright. Oh, got a smudge. Told you guys it's easy to smudge, so be careful. Alright, I'm going to leave the coloring there because I don't want to keep smudging it. Right now, I'd say his head looks pretty dang good. Obviously, he's a little bit rough around the edges, a few little things that look weird, but the mouth looks better, the eyes look better, the eyebrows look better, the ears look better, besides the smudges. Next thing we should probably do is stuff the hat, But I have a feeling that this video has been going on for a while now, because I've been sitting here for a couple hours trying to pry off his eyes and do all this stuff. So I think I'm going to save it for a part 2, because I don't know if people will want a part 2. So just comment down below if you want a part 2 and we'll make one, because I did want to make like robotic arms and stuff. So comment if you'd actually watch it.